Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in on this episode. I have some mid-tier gameplay out of K2. He is back and driving his Firefly, which is a Tier 6 British medium tank. People play it a lot like a TD sometimes. It's a Sherman variant with a very good gun. Takes a couple early shots. I'd be careful about this spot right here. I see a lot of people go up here. You can get shots, but if you get spotted, you can lose a lot of hit points. Say that JP2 is a little further back and kind of staring. People will watch for lights right there. And then coming across the top of here is also dangerous. You're going to get away with it. You get a couple tracking shots, which is quite unfortunate. Nice job, though. It does track him. That one goes a little low. He's bumming right now. Get some shots into you. And that's why that spot's kind of dangerous. It's a good thing that JP didn't decide to come shoot you. Hits the Thunderbolt, and you push him back. You've got quite a few buddies with you. The JT 8.8 is behind you. They got a decent force here. So we'll go ahead and move up. Got a JP2, a Sturb, and a Panther. The only thing the Firefly struggles a bit with is the gun depression. It's not that good as compared to other Sherman variants. It's got that very long gun, but it's got a lot of pin. Hits decently hard for a Sherman. It's pretty accurate. But it's definitely a nice Tier 6 gun. Trying to get up, take a few hit points there. You're going to wish you had those hit points a little while later in the game. I would not have been poking up there at K2. There just wasn't any way for you to get gun depression. I would have moved over here probably earlier. You got a Panther. He's a bit dangerous. See if you can track him. We're just going to go for damage. Looks like you were trying to track him right there. You can see how the tank struggles a little bit with its gun depression here as compared to other Pershings. So you get a bit of negative transfer if you're used to shooting other Pershings. Used to driving other Pershings. Just a little shot right on that guy's pixel there. That was nice. There's a Hellcat back there as well. T-43's moved in and is roughing up the JP. You come in and start helping. I think this is a good idea. I think you kind of lose track a bit of the guys behind you. Man, that was close. A few more. I was going to say some hit points carved off, but not quite. Nice job on all of that. I guess the Sturv, the Hellcat, and the rest of them are shooting other people. Another nice shot right there. That was a pretty good move from fighting the JP2 into moving right back. And I was just about to say, don't stay so high on that hill and you lose some more hit points at 263. Now, folks, it's going to get interesting here. This game gets pretty good. It's already been pretty good, but we're going to see an epic game that almost was. Let's put it that way. There's the Hellcat. K2, if you come up a hill like this and you know you have a depression problem, if you come up a little more sideways right there, you're going to have a better capability to shoot. See how that's causing you to have depression problems? Well, if you come up on this little bit of flatter piece and look sideways, then you're going to change the angle and have basically give yourself more depression. You will expose the front part of your tank more because you're headed straight up this way, but you would have had that shot. And that's one of those things you got to work around with a tank with this kind of depression. And the thing is, you keep pushing up in the same spot, but you just don't have it. Now he gets hit and he shoots at someone else and you come up and take him down, but you probably could have got a shot. There you go. And that's where you should have been right about there, and you'd have the depression to shoot that guy, no problem. I think K2 makes a good decision right here. He's noticed that the entire north has fallen, minus a couple tanks, maybe one there. Someone's about to die in the town. There he goes. The KR is out, and they've got quite a few tanks. The T-43 and K2 head back. We got a Jackson that's still camping in the middle. And we'll go ahead and speed this up a bit because it's a bit of a drive for K2 to come around. Looks like the Skoda came back as well. Good on him. K2's going all the way back to cap. They haven't pushed cap, so he decides to move towards the middle. We're going to come in here and see if we can get some shots. T-43 moves into the town looking for them. And the Oni has gone back to cap. So this is an interesting one, and you don't see this a whole lot from teams. Both teams won their flanks and went back to cap. And it's always a bummer when you see this and a couple of your teammates have headed into their cap, like the Thunderbolt and the Jackson, exposing themselves. The good news for K2 here is They're going to light guys up for him. So he is husbanding 52 hit points. Now think about both that Su-100 hit that he took, and I believe it was the Hellcat. And that's about 600 hit points, 700 hit points right there we could have had. Maybe 600, I guess, 500 or 600. Down goes that guy. We got the Fury moving around. The Furry. And all of K2's teammates are basically on one-shots. Or two if it's a Fury not really hitting hard. There's the Oni. And the HTC. I like that he was going for where he knew that little weak spot is. Tries to kill the Fury. That would have been a good kill. And again, going over to the side. Doesn't quite get him. Nice kill. That was very important. Now he's backed off of this bush. So he's using the smart bush mechanics right there. Some shots through. There's the Oni. I might have swung over the Oni and just dealt with this guy a little later. I think you had a lot of shots on the side of that Oni over there. He's headed over towards the Jackson. Oh yeah. I think you could have gunned down that Oni and ignored this HTC for a little while. But hard to argue with killing him. And now we're just heading off after this Oni. Oh, and that's just unlucky. Unable to save his buddy. Now it's the back of the Oni. He's trying to get away. That poor Oni. He's thinking, oh man. You aimed left and your shot actually went right. How did you know that? That's amazing. You may have actually missed that had you aimed center of mass on that one. And now it's 2v1. Thunderbolt's wandering around. There's the Tiger. No shots on him, unfortunately. Looks like maybe he's in a low spot there. And this is where the duel gets interesting. Now remember, folks, remember the missing hit points here. There we go. We've knocked him down a little bit. Thunderbolt's getting charged. Oh, that was probably a critical miss right there. And there's some undulations in the terrain over there and a couple things that can make those shots a little bit difficult. 3,109, 1,066 assist, but only 52 hit points, and he needs a couple 3 shots into the Tiger. I'm going to speed this up because this actually takes a while. He heads off this way. Comes back up to the hill. Which I think is a decent decision. Your view range should be comparable, if not a little better than the Tiger, depending on the various things like skill perks. And we'll speed this up again. He sits here for a bit, and now we're going to move on. We're going to head back this way, thinking that maybe that Tiger's headed towards the cap. Speed it up quite a bit. It takes a while before we see him. And back up to this high ground and some bushes to see if we can't find that Tiger. There he is. Nicely done. One shot into him. Does not appear to have sixth sense. Not that I've noticed. And here comes the Tiger. If he wasn't seen, the Tigers are going to have a good idea where he was, obviously where the shot came from. We're going to go ahead and use this little building. Expecting the Tiger maybe to come from this way. I don't like the poke in the front out first right here, K2, because he can shoot you before you can even get your viewing spot around the corner. I would have done some more side scrape or something. We get a shot, and man, wouldn't you have liked to have some of those hit points back where you were popping up over in places where you had no shots? That would have made the big difference right here, end game of getting this Tiger. Nicely done. Now it was a close one, dude. We've got 5 kills, tier 6, bottom tier, 3,416. I believe this is an ace tanker in a loss in his 2 marked Firefly. Nice job, man. Good game. Very close one. I think there was a couple spots there where you may have been able to preserve some of your hit points and come at the rest of this game with at least the capability to take one hit from the Tiger, one right there. But overall, nice job, man. Thanks for sending this in. Everyone else, appreciate you coming by, and we will see you.